Like I said, I was first diagnosed with a central neurocytoma when I was 18 in 1998, and the first surgery lasted 13 and a half hours. They had to cut it short, believe it or not, because the tumor was so heavily fed by blood vessels that I hemorrhaged and I had to have a life-saving blood transfusion, put in the ICU for a couple of weeks, where I contracted bacterial meningitis, almost lost me again, and then I was actually induced in a coma. Because I became hydrocephalic, I had a series of shunts, which brought my total operations up to about 4, I think. And then once I was discharged to Parkwood Hospital, I had to learn how to walk and talk. I was discharged there in April of '99, and then I went back to work, and I thought I had the flu, and it turned out that my shunt was blocked, so I had to go in May of 2000 for a ventricular-ostomy, which they just reopened the incision and went in with open the floodgates, I like to say. And I had another one of them May 2000, and I had another one December 2000. I underwent 6 weeks of radiation therapy, but this time the tumor was there was a cyst associated with it, and although the tumor cells were killed off by the radiation, the cyst actually grew, necessitating my 3rd craniotomy, my 7th brain surgery.
I've only had 1 brain surgery, nowhere near him, not going to catch up. Mine was diagnosed in September of 2008 after having a grand mal seizure. After having grand mal seizure, they had put me into the MRI, and after the MRI they had found out that I had a meningioma, left frontal, and it was about the size of a tennis ball. It was supposed to come out in October at first. It got pushed back, and then finally December 4th was when I had my surgery. And then when I came home on December 8th, I wasn't given any kind of information other than you can go home and healed and then go back to work. And after that it was very hard because, you know, like your family didn't know anything, I didn't know anything. You're just told to not lift anything heavy and continue life. So after coming home 2 months later, I went back to work thinking that it was fine to go back to work, and then ended up having a grand mal seizure at work, and then went off work again. 3 weeks later, tried to go back again, had a grand mal seizure again from stress. And so you don't realize how much your brain is everything, and how, you know, if you overwhelm it with, you know, I was told lights, sounds, anything like that. So it's been a long road.
I have a friend who worked at Cohen Hiley, and I was going through my 3rd craniotomy at the time. She was talking out loud, and then her friend worked there as well, and she overheard her and said, "Hey, my best friend just had brain surgery a few years ago. She thinks she's going crazy, so I think it'd be a great idea for your friend and my friend to kind of contact, maybe help each other out." So
and emails were swapped.
Yeah.
And then that just from there, it was, you know, the very first email he wrote, I remember saying to my girlfriend, like, how does he know everything about me? Like, did you tell him something? Like, how does he know?
What did you tell her?
Yeah, because he honestly, it sounded like as if he would, like, read something on me. I do think that, you know, had we been in other relationships, that it wouldn't last, because they wouldn't understand that your mood isn't just a mood.
Yeah.
That your mood is triggered because of something that you've been through. So it's not just that, you know, you're crabby that day. You're not choosing to feel that way. You're not choosing to do what you're doing. And being with somebody who also goes through that, it's very, like, what's the word?
Validating?
It's a big word, but yeah. Okay.
Well, I was first diagnosed with essential neurocytoma in 1998, and after that, my sister and my stepsister started taking part in the annual spring sprint, and then they were like, "Why are we doing this when you're more than able to walk and run?" So then they recruited me in, I think, 2006.
And that was the first year that he recruited me to come and be part of the spring sprint as well.
And she was the ringer. She made the most money out of everybody on the team.
For myself, I've said before that I feel it's like a family, and I feel like if I don't go, then I'm missing out on something. And you know, like they do send updates of emails and stuff if we've not been there and how people are, which I think is great as well because it kind of keeps you in the loop. As well as if we were to email them to say we weren't coming, we could say like yes, they could give the info, or no, they couldn't give it to people. But I'm more than willing to share it with them because I don't want people to be worried about us either. And if we're not there, you'll have someone the next time around being like, "Where were you last month?" So I find it very valuable for myself to just go and have the support from people, because from the very first day, I remember leaving and it was like, wow, what am I complaining about when you have these people who it's so humbling to hear everything they've gone through. And it's nice to know that people understand you.